There may well not be one.
Right.
We'll have to check.
It was on this leg that a certain confusion set in. Tony Wells got himself hopelessly lost and in the ensuing panic dropped his pocket tape recorder. The marker was there though. There, in fact, but one could be forgiven for missing it, as 4 of the 6 crews did. Bowness on Windermere cruises past. It's easy flying now, as the crews prepare for the next test. The gentlemen aviators approach the sands of Morecambe Bay, with the overdue Wells catching up fast. This next event is Bob Calvert's party piece.
There it is, straight ahead. On the spot landing.
Okay, have you read the instructions about this?
Yep. The spot landing is
Cross the coast at 1500...
same with back wheels touching nearest to score maximum.
Doesn't it say cross the coast at 1500 feet?
Yep, okay, we're a bit low, but that's what I want. There's one going down now.
The idea of a spot landing competition is to switch off the engine at 1,000 feet and glide down to land exactly on the line. A few inches either side means a penalty. To be able to set down an aeroplane with such accuracy is not just showing off. A pilot who can land on a pocket handkerchief stands a better chance of surviving an engine failure over dangerous terrain. Wells makes a good effort, but only gets 3rd place. Calvert makes his approach.
Going down. We'll get it. You watch. That wheel's nearest to it, not after, isn't it? Good shot.
The laconic Calvert is not in the least surprised to hear that he's done best of all.
The mark is right on the line.
Yeah.
Within inches
We
of
did it. Well,
Wells, conscious that the honour of Blackburn is riding on his shoulders, opens up. For him, there is literally not a second to lose. For as yet, he doesn't know that Bob Bailey of Leeds and the Clegg brothers from Preston have made a complete bodge of the whole thing and got no points at all. In fact, Wells is doing a good deal better than he thinks. Now, as he swings out over the bay and prepares to turn inland, this cheerful, one-time paratrooper is going to need a good deal of fighting spirit. His navigator, Ian Rawson, sets course for Barben, and their little flying trike cruises on in hope. At a steady 50 to 60 miles an hour, the crews are in danger of being overtaken by the traffic on the M6. In terms of effort on the pilot's arms and the navigator's brain, coupled with exposure, you're better off downstairs. A little further on, cameraman Sid Peru meets the plane makers Hudson and Ball, flying, naturally, one of their own machines. The Rochdale Special is fast and powerful, and chosen by all the crews bar Eden Blythe and Bob Calvert. Their effective penalty is that they can seldom spare the time to go back and check on a marker they might have missed. Mind, what they lack in speed, they make up for in native cunning, and knowing this, Hudson and Ball press on. Down below, faces turn skywards to see where the infernal racket is coming from. Engine noise is something this sport is going to have to get sorted out. Devil's Bridge, over the River Loon at Kirby Lonsdale. The marker could hardly be more obvious. Bob Bailey, the flying instructor from Leeds. By coincidence, his navigator, Jim Brown, is the first pupil he ever taught. 2 miles out from the landing strip at Barben. The good folk of the village, meanwhile, are planning a celebration. The first wedding for 7 years in the little Wesleyan chapel. Susan German, daughter of the milkman, cannot have expected such a bridal fanfare. The field is an absolute pig to land in. It's small, surrounded by walls and trees, and sloping down to a stream. John North, the flying rally marshal, changes his mind at the last minute. This is not going to be easy. They do have brakes, but they're a bit primitive. Hudson and Ball, grateful to be down in one piece. John North gamely tries again. His passenger is having his first ride in a microlight. Lucky man.
Feels a bit short, to be honest. Just one of those things. Just came in, the field was not much wind. You know, the field was a bit short. Well, yeah, I've only bent the top bracket. Should be able to take it off and replace it with a new one. I think that's the only thing that's got damaged.
The local blacksmith is summoned forthwith. Tony Wells, who'd dropped his BBC tape recorder into Lake Windermere, discovers it's taken a chunk out of his propeller on the way down.
But this causes a lot anyway. It's a Stone Age machine.
What's that one? Summit. Yeah, Summit.
Plotting, planning, worrying and repairing. Dick Clegg, the Preston garage man.
I'll give it a bit of welly, so I've got some spare plugs, so I might as well just put them in.
Should be interesting, this next one, Jim, over the peaks.
Bob Bailey, still keen as mustard.
We're flying home from here.
That's right, home territory next. Hit civilization next. We're ready for a sandwich.
Fat chance. They're already running 40 minutes late. Lead man at the moment, Blackburn's Bob Calvert. It's a position Bailey would have had if he hadn't made such a mess of things at Morecambe Bay. Eden Blythe, the North Yorkshireman, now running last but one. At least, like Bailey, he's heading into home territory. "70 miles behind them, 140 to go. This next leg will send them climbing over the high Yorkshire moorlands, over the backbone of Britain, heading for a touchdown at Kilnsea, in the narrow valley of the Wharfe. The whole business of microlighting got off to the very worst of starts. Cowboy manufacturers, design and material faults, and a spate of fatal crashes. Today's machines are rigorously checked by the Civil Aviation Authority. Pound for pound, they're as strong as a jet fighter, but still only as safe as the men who fly them. Bob Bailey has finally spotted the marker at Thornton Force. This is rough country, no place for a forced landing. The marker is on the path below the waterfall. Right up in front in the Rochdale Flyer, Hudson and Ball, heading for the summit of Ingleboro. Close behind, the brothers Clegg.
You can see Marker from here, can't you?
Yeah.
On top.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, the hang gliders. What's that on left then? A white cross, is it?
Well, there's a white cross. There's three there, isn't there? It's obvious.
White cross, what's this? A right spot?
Yeah.
White cross, white spot.
And a white triangle.
Who's that in front? There's two in front, isn't there?
Yeah.
One just below you and one.
Yeah.
It's hard, it's that ground beneath us, isn't it?
This is our next summit in front of us.
Yeah.
Is that a marker we can see or
Yeah,
not?
on top, yeah. Black. Triangle.
The summit of Pen-y-Ghent, last of the Yorkshire Three Peaks.
Down to where water starts. That looks like in front of us, doesn't it? This is the source of the water here, right? Have you got that on your map?
Yeah. There's two, there should be a stream on the right and a stream on the left, and where they meet.
Yeah, then we fly down valley, don't we? And we have to look for markers, hidden markers.
That's the valley ahead, isn't it?
Yeah.